In recent days, U.S. President Donald Trump has taken a noticeably sharper tone toward Russia. He declared, "Russia, I think what they're doing is disgusting." And words turned to action, with the deployment of 2 nuclear submarines. Now, whether those 2 gray fish of Trump's are actually carrying mushrooms, red nukes, is still unclear. But this loudmouth declaration was clearly made in response to another loudmouth, former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev, now deputy chair of Russia's Security Council. Kremlin's attack dog snapped back, accusing Trump of doing nothing but issuing ultimatums, after Trump threatened new sanctions on Russia next week if a ceasefire in Ukraine isn't reached. Medvedev declared that each ultimatum is a threat and a step toward war, not just with Ukraine, but directly with the United States. Irritated, Trump jumped on social media and posted something along the lines of, "Because Medvedev's being a mouthy punk, I've ordered the deployment of 2 nuclear subs to suitable areas, just in case that bald-headed guy isn't just bluffing." Now, President Trump, America's first unofficial commander-in-chief via Twitter, may have made history once again. That is, if he actually did what he said. Let's break it down. First off, these gray beasts are already supposed to be on active patrol in designated strategic waters, ready for the worst-case scenario, targeting rival nuclear powers. Second, no one knows which submarines Trump is talking about, and no one can verify it either. The movement of U.S. nuclear subs is one of the Pentagon's most closely guarded operational secrets. Third, this so-called deployment is basically pointless. The U.S. already has 14 Ohio-class nuclear submarines equipped with ballistic missiles. At least 2 of them were already targeting Russia long before these 2 loudmouths started their shouting match. Each sub can carry up to 24 Trident II ballistic missiles, enough to turn any disagreement into a planetary event. Each missile typically carries 4 warheads, more than enough to rip the guts out of an entire city. For decades now, second by second, hour by hour, day and night, year after year, the nuclear submarines of the US, France, and the UK have been silently lurking in waters across the globe, always locked and loaded, ready to flatten Russia if it ever came to that. So no, Trump didn't actually need to move any subs. Just rattling the cage with a loud tweet is more than enough to get Russia's attention. As for Russia, they made it loud and clear. If it's a fight you want, we'll take it to God himself if we have to. Russian lawmaker Andrei Kolesnik, a member of the State Duma's Defense Committee, fired back by basically saying, "You've got spicy tuna subs? Well, we've got some braised catfish, and ours are bigger." "Our subs can launch from anywhere," he said. "They're always ready to go, whether parked or prowling. Even if they're just chilling up north, they can still strike." Russian officials also made sure to point out that redeploying U.S. submarines wouldn't change much, because Moscow already tracks their movements in real time. As for Trump, well, he doesn't know the difference between a circuit breaker and a light switch. But he sure loves to talk like he invented the bomb, one Russian commentator joked. All bark, no blast, at least for now. But this whole chest-thumping contest does raise a chilling question. What happens if the worst-case scenario actually plays out? What if both sides bring out the mushrooms? If that day ever comes, here's how it would likely unfold. It begins with one nation launching its missiles. Let's say it's Russia. Their warheads would instantly target every NATO country with nukes. The main course, the United States. The side dishes, France and the UK. The first volley from Russia would likely come from Rybashi, a naval base tucked away in Russia's far east, just across from northern Canada. Russia would then maneuver its submarines into the North Pacific, possibly even the Arctic Ocean, to get their pencils, pens, and fountain pens read missiles to America as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, thanks to satellites in geostationary orbit, the U.S. would know about the launches almost instantly. The U.S. response would come in 2 waves. First, thanks to America's nuke stockpile always being on high alert, the president could launch a counterstrike within minutes. So before Russia's first pencil even lands, the U.S. would have already fired back its own flaming toothpicks, set to hit Russian soil in roughly 30 minutes. Second, America would activate its ground-based mid-course defense system, aka GMD. This system is designed to shoot down incoming warheads while they're still in space, during the mid-course phase of flight. Strategically located near the Russian launch path, 43 interceptors are based at Fort Greely, Alaska. But there's a catch. In tightly scripted tests, GMD has only shown about a 50% success rate. Translation? Half the nukes might still get through. And that's not even counting the ICBMs Russia would launch from land-based silos across the country, which would also reach U.S. soil in about 30 minutes. Naturally, America would return the favor. About 10 minutes after Russia's subs and silos launch, the first wave of their missiles would begin detonating high above American cities. But these aren't your average mushrooms. Nope. These are electromagnetic pulse, EMP, weapons. They explode at high altitude, unleashing a burst of gamma rays that ionize the atmosphere, creating a powerful electric field capable of frying anything with a circuit. Power grids? Gone. Cell phones? Toast. Cars, trains, computers? Frozen solid. Chaos would spread instantly. Imagine a traffic jam caused not by rush hour, but by every electric vehicle dying at once. Reaching your loved ones? Not happening. Your Wi-Fi? Dead on arrival. And it's not just about the inconvenience. EMP blasts would also jam U.S. military communications, cripple satellite tracking, and potentially disrupt America's ability to launch its own second-strike nukes. The good news? An EMP won't kill you directly. The bad news? You might die anyway, just more slowly. The real disaster begins after the boom-boom. With electronics fried, chaos spreads like wildfire. Hospitals lose power, ventilators stop, surgeries freeze mid-cut, cars and trains stall, crashes everywhere. Factories shut down, power gone. Water? Off. Internet? Welcome to the modern age where high-tech equals high risk. Whoever said modern problems require modern solutions clearly didn't factor in EMPs. And on the surface, people are still clueless, looking at their dead phones like lost puppies. It takes about 20 minutes for reality to set in, when the real fireworks arrive in the form of Russian ICBMs screaming through the sky. Their targets, military command centers, nuclear silos, major U.S. cities, anything strategic. The goal, cripple America's response and make sure it stays down for good. But the U.S. isn't the only dish on the menu. Next up, France and the U.K. Sure, they've got nukes too, just not nearly enough. And worse, they're not even fully deployed. They're like backup dancers without a stage. So Russia's first strike could neutralize most of the UK and France's deterrent, leaving them with little more than angry tweets and harsh words. Meanwhile in America, GMD is toast, scrambled by the EMPs. There's no second interception wave, no backup plan. All that's left is for you to sit and wait for the end. Each incoming warhead plants a mushroom cloud hot enough to rival the sun's core, instantly vaporizing everything within its kill radius. Even people miles away won't be safe. Expect third-degree burns, shrapnel injuries, or simply being yeeted into oblivion. Then comes the shockwave, an invisible wall of pressure leveling buildings, bridges, and bones across entire zip codes. And still, it's not over. Now you're facing two final bosses, radiation poisoning and firestorms. If the blast didn't get you, the gamma rays will. High-dose exposure? At best, your skin peels like overcooked chicken. At worst, you're vaporized faster than a TikTok trend. Worse still, radiation spreads far and wide by wind. So yeah, if you breathe, you're screwed. If you eat or drink, you're also screwed. And just when you think it can't get worse, here comes the firestorm, a wall of flames sucking up oxygen and turning whole cities into literal ovens. For example, the tiny mushroom the U.S. dropped on Hiroshima created a firestorm that wiped out over 11 square kilometers of the city. The sheer heat of the firestorm engulfed entire districts, unleashed hurricane-force winds, and incinerated nearly everything it touched. Now imagine, you survived all of that. Congratulations. But what lies ahead? Only worse. Hundreds of mushroom clouds erupting across Earth. From the US, Russia, the UK, and France will inject massive columns of soot into the atmosphere. Add to that the ash and debris from entire cities on fire. This smoke and dust will rise into the stratosphere, spreading globally and forming a giant sun-blocking umbrella over the northern hemisphere. Sunlight struggles to get through. Temperatures plummet. Plants die. They simply can't photosynthesize anymore. And with the nuclear arsenal each country holds, the northern hemisphere will spiral into a full-blown nuclear winter. Skies go dark, crops wither, forests freeze, and when the clouds finally clear, surprise, the ozone layer is gone, ripped open by the radiation. Sunlight returns, but it's now unfiltered. Massive UV radiation scorches the earth. Widespread droughts, global crop failures, and mass starvation follow. The good news? The southern hemisphere might not be hit as hard, at least environmentally, but it won't escape economic and social collapse. After all, who supplies most of the world's food? The US, Canada, Russia, France, China, all in the northern hemisphere. So yeah, no more aid for Africa, no Belt and Road initiatives, no global grain trade. Oh, and say goodbye to the US dollar. It's no longer the world's reserve currency, because, well, there's no world left to reserve anything for. After the nuclear winter, many of humanity's cultural, scientific, and economic capitals will simply be gone. So, if you're lucky enough to survive at this point, you won't be celebrating. You'll be witnessing the complete collapse of human civilization. Which makes you wonder, maybe you weren't that lucky after all. But hey, at least you're not one of the 5 billion people, roughly 63% of the global population, who will be wiped out by the resulting global famine. Right? But let's be honest, you'll be shivering uncontrollably. Seriously. According to a 2016 study published in the Journal of Geophysical Research, scientists used modern climate models to simulate what would happen if the US and Russia threw all the mushrooms they had at each other. The result? Global average surface temperatures would drop by 7 to 8 degrees Celsius to 14 degrees Fahrenheit. In North America, temperatures could plunge as much as 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So congratulations. You survived the blasts, you dodged the firestorms, you didn't get roasted by radiation, you even found food. Now, welcome to the ultimate race, finding shelter and warmth in a country that's nothing but rubble. All of this leads us to one final question. Can humanity survive if the US and Russia decide to take the rest of the world down with them? Most likely, no. The initial detonations, followed by city-sized firestorms and total social collapse, would instantly wipe out hundreds of millions. Billions more would log off due to famine and drought. Then comes the freezing cold. Millions more will freeze to death in the hunt for shelter and heat. In short, less than 1/4 of the global population might survive. And those who do? They'll live in a world where the ozone layer is gone, where food systems are decimated, and where industrial-scale agriculture won't exist again for decades. The US and Russia would be hit the hardest. Scientists estimate US food calorie availability drops by 98.9%, Russia down by 99.7%, China 97.2% decrease, the UK and France just as bad. But remember, this is the worst-case scenario. It assumes both America and Russia will empty their entire mushroom pantry into each other's faces. Now here's the question. Do you think that's likely to happen? And if it does, what's your plan to survive the end of the world?